Hi guys. All right, so as usual, if you have not already, make sure that you have looked through the PowerPoint presentation that was in the first lesson and you watch the little YouTube clip I have on there. If you have done that, then I'm going to show you some fun ways that you can practice printmaking at home. All right, so first, let's do a quick review. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller. And we're going to talk about printmaking, just a quick review. So as the PowerPoint said, printmaking is the art of stamping, and there are so many different types of printmaking you can do. The ones I'm going to show you today are very basic, easy, at-home, safe ones to do. Some of the printmaking that I have showed you involves using sharp tools that you're carving an image or a design away. So people carve into rubber, like this example, blocks of wood, like this example, or metal. They're all different types of printmaking, but they're all pretty much the same. You're making some sort of a stamp, all right? The stamps that I'm going to show you today are some easy ones that you can try at home with something like styrofoam, with found objects, with paint, or with markers, okay? Also, on this PowerPoint, if you want to try the version that's using a plastic bag, you can do that. The video for that is in the PowerPoint. If you want to try plastic bag, markers, and waters, take a look at that video. On my video, I'm going to show you some other examples. So I'm going to go to this microphone and camera and take a look. So one of the examples is easy to do with styrofoam. So this is a sheet of styrofoam that I use in my art classroom, but you can easily use styrofoam from a styrofoam plate. I would cut a shape out of a styrofoam plate and then use a pencil to carve into the styrofoam. Your pencil needs to be kind of dull. Because you don't want to tear the styrofoam. You just want to carve into it. So don't use a pencil that's super sharp. Use a pencil that's more on the dull side. All right, so as a quick example, I'm just going to carve a design into this. Carving it in, you take your pencil and you press down into the styrofoam so it indents into the styrofoam. You should be able to feel the carving with your fingers, okay? So I'm just going to do a quick, easy little design, a little heart. I'll do some polka dots in each corner. Now, if you have read the directions, you're going to know that whatever you create is up to you. So since I'm not sure which type of printmaking you're going to try out at home, you could try more than one, you could do a combination, but you're just going to come up with whatever design and art you would like. I do want it to be complete, and I do want it to look like it's thought out, okay? So practice with whichever type of printmaking I show you, and we'll just have some fun. So this version right here, I'm just doing a quick design, and this is going to be the marker and styrofoam type of printmaking. So I've carved a quick design into styrofoam. Now I'm going to use markers. Now this portion, you have to be kind of quick and speedy because you need the markers to still be wet on the styrofoam. So I'm first just going to start with the heart. Let's do that. I'm going to do some of this green, some of this blue, and some purple. All right, I did it quickly, so the marker is still wet on the paper. I'm going to take it and I'm going to press it down on the paper, not moving it. I'm just pressing down, and then I lift up, and look, what I created on here is now stamped onto here. So wherever you carve, that's what the white line is going to be. Whatever you carve is going to remain white. All right, so that's the styrofoam portion. You can easily do that with a styrofoam plate and just cut it down. I'm going to show you some examples with paint. If you have paint at home, there are so many different objects that you could use as stamps. This is a Q-tip. Q-tips make great little dot stamps. All right, I'm making little dots around this design now. And like I said, you could do a combination. You could try all of these types of printmaking if you have the materials at home. You could combine them to make your work of art. So Q-tips are great for polka dots. What about other objects? Whoa, what about a Lego? What if I dip that in some paint? Let's see. Make sure it's all covered. Use that as a stamp, right? So be creative with what you come up with. One last thing, a piece of cardboard. You could use a piece of cardboard to create some stamped lines. So for example, I have my piece of cardboard. I dip that edge in paint, and I'm going to use it to stamp some lines. All right. So try out some form of printmaking that you want to and what you have the materials for. It could be the styrofoam with markers. It could be the paint. It could be the example that's right here on the slideshow of using a plastic baggie and markers and water. So tons of different ways you can try to do it. I just want you to have fun, and I want you to use what you have at home. And most importantly, I want to make sure that you make a complete work of art. So don't just do random stuff. Really think about, what materials do I have? What kind of colors do I want to use? What type of image do I want to create? You can make a landscape. You could make a design that's just shapes and lines and patterns. Totally up to you. As usual, you're going to post your art on the Padlet that's going to be linked below for your grade level. Make sure